facing the captain of the alien ship.
The Zvex Fuzz Factory, the pedal that everyone thinks if they buy, it will sound exactly like Matt Bellamy. The Zvex, the Zvex, Z. See, I'm British and I pronounce this letter like this.
Z.
Whatever. Way back when the universe was young, just after the dinosaurs had stopped roaming the earth and the internet was only available on dial-up, the Fuzz Factory pedal was produced. Originally created to be a clone of the Fuzz Face, the Fuzz Factory came into being in the late 90s. At the time, the pedal wasn't that popular, but then, suddenly, it was popular, and apparently that's due to this guy. So let's find out, the Zvex Fuzz Factory. Is it any good? So with this pedal, I'll be able to sound exactly like Plug-in Baby, right? At the start, sure, you'll be able to get that weird, untamed sound, but then what? Are you going to play the riff? What about after that? What are you going to use the pedal for?
Fun.
Let's look at the pedal in more detail and the broad range of sounds that could be found within this small box of madness that is the Zvex Fuzz Factory. So now let us look at the controls of the pedal itself. We have volume, gate, compression, drive and stability. What do they do? What do they mean? Nah, screw this, let's have some fun. I'm not going to stand here or voice over here and give you a boring review of the Fuzz Factory for two very good reasons. One, it's already been done to death at this point, just look at the number of videos on it. Two, well, I just don't want to be boring. Now let's look at some riffs. plan here is to show off what the Fuzz Factory is both good and bad at. We've already seen that it's quite good at playing riffs on a variety of different settings. So what's next? Contacting aliens? Let's give it a try. To investigate whether or not I actually had discovered aliens, I went outside. I became so concerned at the possibility that I'd actually contacted aliens with the Fuzz Factory, so I reached out to a friend of mine to check the sky to see if he could see aliens where he lived. Okay, not so good at contacting aliens, so let's move on to chords. So after that, it seems as though the Fuzz Factory is better suited to playing short power chords and not full chords. Now this has been my experience with fuzz pedals across the board anyway, so I'm not really that surprised by this. Any user of this pedal will realise after playing around with some of the settings on this pedal will create a broad range of sounds. Now that flexibility in the profile of its sound can only mean it can lend itself to a wider variety of music. And if that's the case, that means you can use it on pretty much any style of music that you can think of. And the trick is to figure out how you can do that, and the only way you can do that is by practicing with the pedal itself. From my experience, the stability control is the key aspect to finding a sound that will work for you. The higher the setting, the more higher frequencies that will come through, and it's these frequencies that will sound good or bad depending upon what you're playing. Now the gate and the compression control broadly do the same thing. Obviously there are differences between the two, but the main thing that they do is to help lessen that signature noise that the pedal is well known for. The gate control helps to create a more warmer, well-rounded sound, while the compression, to my ear, sounds a little bit more transparent. From what I can hear, the drive control just adds more gain to the overall mix. As for the volume, I have no idea what it does, so I'm just going to leave it. So, the Zvex Fuzz Factory, is it any good? Well, I've got one. It's been on my board for years, so you decide if I think it's any good. As for if you think it's any good, why don't you go and try one out? I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.